You will find it hard to beat the beauty of the speckled sea trout, which inhabits the coastal waters of the Atlantic. The background color is usually silver. It can range from dark gray to golden, which depends on the environment. The food value is excellent, with a very sweet and delicate taste. The best eating size is about 14 to 15 inches. They can be caught with live bait as well as lures of many types. I enjoy catching them on light tackle with about an 8-pound test line. They can be caught where there is some sort of structure, like reefs, oyster beds, or depressions in the bottom. The best water temperature is about 60 degrees. The world record sea trout is 17 pounds, 7 ounces. Do the speckled trout, same scaling process. It's a much finer scale, it's a lot easier to scale. But you remember, come up alongside the top of the dorsal fin. So when you cut later, there won't be any scales for your knife blade to jump across. Just work yourself all the way around. This is a much easier and quicker fish to scale. If you want to, just go along the edges where you're going to cut. If you're going to skin the flesh off later, you won't have to worry about the scales. A lot of people like to eat the flesh, so you want to scale them before you clean them. To each his own in his taste. Now we're going to show you how to remove the gill out if you want to leave the head on for baking. Come back, place your blade behind, twist your fish, and out comes the gill just by cutting down on that side. Now we're going to come through, cut right on back above the anal fin, remove the intestines, cut back and scrape out your kidney. Now we just have to wash it out real good. Okay, now we're going to show you how to fillet a speckled trout. First thing we want to do is we're going to remove the head. You can either cut it off, leave it whole like this if you're going to bake it, or you can come inside if you want to leave these collarbones off. But we're going to remove the collarbones to remove every bit of the bone out of the flesh. So we come back on this side, just cut through, flip it over, pull off this other back collarbone. Now we go to do the fillet later on. We won't have to worry about any of those large bones that anybody can choke on. Okay, you want to come in. It's always best to work off the edge of your board. Apply pressure down with your left hand. Cut with the curved part of your blade. Keep your index finger back on the blade so it becomes an extension of the nerve in your finger. Pull it back up. Cut straight down. Come down on the other side of that vertebrae so you won't leave any meat. You don't want to ride that hump. You turn it around, apply pressure again with your left hand, come right on back, and watch this meat just roll up as you apply that pressure. Can't get any closer than that. You lay it over, you come back, lay flat down on the anal fin, come straight through. You can see that comes off a lot easier than a spot-tailed bass. Then you turn it back around, apply pressure down with your left hand. Keep your finger on that blade again so you can feel what you're touching. Come back right on inside. Up, down on the other side of the vertebrae again. Pull it through. Cut through. It's real easy on a trout. They have very soft bones. Now you can see 2 fillets, and then your third little section is your backbone. Okay, now we're going to show you how to take the smaller rib bones out. Turn the knife blade up, just come right on inside, between the bone and the flesh. Turn it back around, apply pressure, slightly against the bone. Put your hand there, you kind of feel it. All you do next is just score to the bone, a light little line, pick it up, use your thumb as a pair of pliers, and just pull these inside bones out. Now, the next thing you want to do, all fish of this type will have a few little bones that run the extra little 4 or 5 bones right up inside. They'll run a little bit on an angle, cut on both sides, and just pull it right back. If you have mackerel and things like that, you'll have a much longer bone that runs almost straight down the center of the fish. Okay? And we'll take the bones out the other half. Just the opposite angle. Just come back around, turn your knife edge up, slide it between the bone and the flesh, turn it around, turn your knife again, keeping that finger on the blade. Turn it up, score your line, take your thumb as a pair of pliers again, pull them right on out, just like that. You turn it around, cut back on the inside of these bones that run toward the top high part of your fish, come back in on both sides, remove those. 100% edible. Now we're going to show you how to take the skin off. Just hold the tip of the tail with your fingers, slide the knife up underneath the flesh and the skin, and just seesaw it back and forth. Get it as close as we possibly can, like we showed you on all the other fish. Same process. Get the other piece, same thing. Lay it out flat, hold the tip of the tail, take the flat, thin knife like we have here, cut it back and forth. Get a good grip, seesaw motion. You can't go wrong. Can't get it any closer than that. Nice, pretty fillet again. No fat, no bone, no gristle.